Well, welcome everyone. This is a video for Microsoft Word and Project 1 in Word Module 1. So I'm going to go through this step by step, and hopefully this will be helpful for you. I know some of you have already done it, and that is absolutely fantastic. So what you're going to be doing is opening up W-19 EOM and make sure that it has your name on it. And what it wants you to do is just change it to a 2. So that takes care of that. And also it tells you make sure that you see the DOCX stylization, save it as. And we also have the logo PNG, and we have going to rename it to 02, which is done. So it also, we're looking for a footer, which is going to have your name, so make sure it has it on there, and then you're good to go. So if you have all these things, you are in great shape. So the project tells you that you work in the Administrative Support Department of Associated Regional Hospital, and you're creating a flyer about upcoming safety workshops, and you are to change the document theme, colors to blue warm. So that should be fairly easy in here. So let's go into design and see if the theme is there, which it should not be, but you never know. Let's go and look and see. And by golly, there it is. Always remember, when you're doing something to the document that affects everything, it's either going to be in design or layout. So always start with design and look to see if it's there. So the things that you want are themes and colors. And you may also want fonts. And of course you have page border, which it puts a page border around the whole document, or a specific section if you want. So what we need to do is change the document theme colors to blue warm. So we're going to look at colors, and we're going to find blue warm, which is right here. And then the very next thing that we'll do. Now, where that actually affects a lot is if you go into Home and you click on this, you're going to see the theme colors up top here. So that's one of the things that if you don't see the color that you're looking for is something that it tells you to do, check to see if you missed the step that requires you to change the theme colors. So let's go back to design and let's continue. So it tells us to change the case of the flyer's headline paragraph to capitalize each word. Well, here is the headline up top, and we could just capitalize the S and the T and the W, but it doesn't want us to do it that way. We're going to go to the little a, big A, that's the change case, and just choose capitalize each word. So that's fairly cut and dry. Change the font size to 36 and apply the fill, blue, gray, accent, color 1, shadow, text effect, center the paragraph. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is change it to 36. And then I'm going to center it because it's right over here. So now we need to figure out how we're going to change the text fill over here. So remember, there are text effects and there are also text fill. So let's go into the text effects first here. And let's go into the shadow effect, apply the fill, blue, gray, accent 1, shadow, text effect. So let's see what we go into shadow in here and see what we have in here. Shadow, text effect in here. So none of these are actually working for what you want. So here is other things that you can do. So now I'm going to give you a little hint on how to do things. There is a search box up top that you can actually use to find the things that you want. So start with the very obvious things that you want when you're looking for. So let's read the instruction. Change the font size and apply the fill, blue, gray, gradient, accent, color 1, and shadow, text effect. So let's go into the fill in here, and let's see if we have a blue, gray, accent, color 1. And there's blue, gray, accent 4, blue, accent 3, blue, accent 2 in here. And here's your blue, gray. So that's where your fill is. It's a little bit different. Just trying to show you different ways to figure something out if you're not sure exactly how to do it. Because the instructions sometimes are a little bit confusing, where it tells you change the apply the fill. It'd be easier if it just say apply the color. So here's how that works. And then we want to do a shadow text effect and center it in here. So where do we do the shadow text effect? Well, obviously we need to go to text effect, and we're going to go to shadow, and it does not say exactly which shadow, so let's just do outer over here. That is number 2. We're going to resize the safety picture first to a width of 6 inches and apply the simple frame. So let's click over here, and we're going to go to picture format. Now it does not tell you anything about the height. So let's just go and change this to 6 inches. And that changed both the height and the width. It doesn't tell you whether or not to change the width, so it's probably only want you to change the width. So let's go back and undo that. And let's go into size. And we're going to uncheck the lock aspect ratio. And then we're going to change the width to 6. That way we're only changing the width. I don't recommend that doing it because it may disproportionately affect your picture. So this one in this particular case, we're okay. So now if you're a little bit confused as to which way you should go, let's go back to what it actually looks like. So now you can see that's clearly not wider than it is before where we just did the width. So let's go back and undo this. And then let's go back and change it. So these are things that it's really extremely important that you look at the picture to see if they don't tell you specifically how to do something, then you want to definitely go and look at what your the actual presentation shows you with the picture, and you'll find probably a lot of things that you may have missed or that you did wrong. So then it wants us to apply a simple frame black picture style. Here's our picture styles, and this should be simple frame 1 here. It's also on the second row. Over here, that's model frame and compound black frame. Keep looking till you find the frame that you want. And here's our simple frame. So that looks good. Apply the simple frame black picture style. Underline the text in 3-hour sessions. So we can just select that. And we can click on underline here. Then we're going to italicize the text safe workplace. So let's find safe workplace. And that tells us, let's see, in the paragraph. So here's safe workplace. So I'm going to select that here. And I'm going to italicize it. And that takes care of number 5. Number 6 is bullet the 4 paragraphs of text above the signature line. So where are the 4 paragraphs of text? Here. So this looks like working safety. Now if you're not sure, again, what that actually means, let's go in and look at the illustration, and you can see it's working, reporting, providing, and wearing. So always use those in there to help you out. So we're just going to go down here and we're going to click on bullets. So I'm going up to, that was number 6. Number 7, change the font of the text in the bullet to Book Aqua. So let's go and select these 4 again. We're going to go to, I don't see it here, so I'm going to type in book. And see, there's Book Aqua right here. So that looks nice in here. That was number 7, part of it. Then change the font color to dark purple text 2. So we need to find dark purple text 2. So we look for there. So there it is right away in the theme color. That was easy. Change the font size to 12 points. And that's number 7. Number 8 is shade the paragraph containing the signature line to dark purple text to lighter 80%. So what does that mean? So we need to go into paragraph and shading in order to do that. So in order to do this, so like I said, we're going to go into design. We're going to go into page borders. And we're going to go to shading. And I'm just looking back and forth at the instructions to do that. Shade the paragraph of the line, the signature line. So we have the wrong one in here. So apparently this is the signature line right over here. So let's drag it down, and now we have it. So we're going to go into page borders and shading, and we'll find the fill. So one of these are purple here, and so we need to find lighter 80%, which is text to lighter 80%. And once you click on it, you'll see what it's going to look like. Make sure it says apply to paragraph, and we're done there. So that looks good. In the same paragraph, change the spacing to 12 point for before and 6 point after. So we're going to go to layout, and before is going to be 6 point, and or actually before is 12 point and after is 6 point. So this looks good here. Insert the picture support W01 EOM logo in the blank line at the bottom of the page, which is right here. So we're going to go to insert, and we're going to go to picture from this device. Then I need to go and change to where I'm actually at. So that puts it on the next page, which is not a big deal at this point. So we're going to resize the picture to a height of 0.08. So let's go in here. We have the aspect in here. So the height is going to be 0.8. I believe I said 0.08, but it's actually 8. So that makes it nice and small. Everything fits back on the first page. Add a 1 point dark purple text to page border using the dash style. So again, we're going to go to design, and we're going to go to page borders. Here is our page border. It wants us to use a dash style. So once you click on dash style, it should automatically change the box. Let's see if it does. If not, you can click on box, which it did. But if you do click on it after you do it, it may reset it to default. So just make sure that you're back to where you want to be, the border using the dash style. Actually, that should have been the third one. 1, 2, 3. And you can see what it's going to look like over here. And add a 1 point dark purple. So we need to change this to 1 point. And we need to change this to dark purple, which I believe is this. And we'll click OK and see if that changes anything. Now, if the color doesn't change, you may have to go back in and do it. So it's hard to tell from here if it's purple. So I'm going to make sure I go into view and page width and see, and it does look purple. Because dark purple and black are kind of the same. So you have to be very careful in here. Check for errors in here. So I'm just going to hit F7. And let's check and see what we found in here. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning. So we have spelling up top here and illness. So we're going to click the illness and correct any spelling errors. So Darbone is an actual personal name. So let's choose ignore all. And we have one more other suggestion in here, grammar. Let's see what grammar says in here. And I'm not going to put in the dot at the bottom. I don't think it's necessary. If it flags you, then you can physically go back and change it. I think maybe I'll just put it in here anyway, just for the heck of it. So now we're done. I'm going to save this. And you have finished editing everything. I'm going to save it. And that is everything for the end of project in Word 1. So hopefully this is helpful. Have a wonderful day.